Hello and welcome to Downtime Podcast, episode 178. Alyssa, how's it going?
I am relaxed. I am very chill right now. For the first time ever on this podcast, I am taking this podcast from my bed. I am legitimately lying down, and the microphone is right next to me.
Nice.
And I am very relaxed and zen and a bit drunk right now. So
Yeah.
it's a good time.
You've been really stressed out recently and you've been busy at work, so I think it's well deserved.
Oh my gosh. October has been a very tough month work-wise.
Yeah.
But I am relaxed and I'm chilling and watching a lot of TV and playing video games.
Nice. Honestly, that's the best
Yes.
way to do it. Like that's what you gotta do, to relax, to hang out, to be in the mood as well.
Truly. And yeah, it's also nice because it's cooled down weather-wise. I think it might even rain a little bit tomorrow.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's getting cold in the city too, and it sounds like it's gonna be perfect hot chocolate weather.
Yes. It's the PSL season. It's the hot chocolate season. Soon peppermint mocha season. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah. And hot cider.
Yes. Eggnog as well.
Eggnog. Yup.
Yeah. Whiskey, some nice alcohol as well. It's good.
I know.
It's going to be a good time.
Apple, like a good apple juice, pineapple, and whiskey mix, and it's like heated a little bit. It's almost like a cider, but not really. But that's very good.
That's game
Just
over.
A suggestion for anyone who needs it.
There you go.
Yep, you heard it here first.
Alcohol on the mind, literally and physically.
Yes.
I took a break recently from streaming on Twitch because my parents were in town, but I also wanted to just not be on camera, and that was kind of a good experience for me to self-reflect on a lot of things. Family, my friends, and of course, like being on camera and streaming. Actually, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I took a week-long break, and I came back. I didn't really feel too refreshed. I kind of wanted to take a longer break, to be honest with you. Like...
Okay.
Yeah, I am taking a longer break from streaming in December, but to kind of top it off, this Saturday I'm celebrating my 1 year streaming anniversary because I started streaming in October 2020, and I didn't really get serious about it until January of this year when I moved because the internet connection in my house got better, and I was able to stream at a higher bit rate and provide a better picture and just have a better computer and all these things. And so it's been an interesting experience being on Twitch because I was initially super against it, but now I've kind of of course had a different feeling about it, and I think it's exciting to celebrate 1 year, but at the same time to kind of reflect on the people that have brought me here and all the things that I've done to get me to where I am today. But it was a nice time. My break was nice because it was a good time to think about like what I want to do next, not just in the streaming sense, but also just what the next year is going to bring. Like we're both going to be 30 next year. Can you believe that?
I know. And when we say next year, it really means in 3 months or 4 months.
Yeah, it's coming up fast.
Yeah, it's coming up pretty quick.
I'm going to miss doing a lot of like introverted things, but I do miss people and being outdoors and all that fun stuff.
In my opinion, I think I've struck a nice balance at this point of being inside and outside, and I think part of it helps that my job is work from home hybrid at this point, and because of that, I'll get stressed and everything, but what would be nice is, I'm so stressed with work, but I'm home and I don't have to drive.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about going out with coworkers at night or anything like that. It's been a lot more pleasant, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I also think I've struck a good balance as well between working at home and then getting out with friends, like going to the movies, going to the park, and just hanging out with people. Yeah, just getting that human connection, you know?
Exactly.
Are you excited for Eternals?
I am excited for Eternals, but I think I just it's definitely one of those movies where I'm not ready for a more serious blockbuster. I think that's just what it is. Like I'm excited and I'm sure it's going to be fun, but Spider-Man interests me more
Mm,
than the Eternals, and I think part of that is because you know for a fact that Spider-Man is half funny. Like there is comedy intertwined in that, where the Eternals is definitely going to be the more serious movie. So
yeah.
I think that I am for sure excited. I'm just not in the ready mood yet, simply because I'm still in this a bit summer influence mode where I'm watching a lot of comedy still. I'm watching a lot of action that's more lighthearted. But I'll get to it, I think. It comes out next week, right?
2 weeks from now, November 5th.
2 weeks from now. Yes. But
Yeah.
yes, that's how I feel at the moment.
No, I understand that.
Yes. It's gonna be fine, like, is what I'm saying. It's gonna be totally fine. I'm probably, like, I think the movie's gonna be very enjoyable. I'm just not excited fully yet.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I still kind of feel like I'm in a summer mood. All of last week it was
Yeah.
like really warm in the city, and I was like, man, it's October and it's still hot. Like,
It was definitely warm this past week.
yeah, especially in SF where we don't get a lot of sun most of the year. It was nice to get the sun and get the heat and be like, wow, this is summer. You know, like we get a late summer, we get Indian summer, so it was cool to be able to experience real summer for like that. That's not cold in July.
Definitely.
But yeah, I'm still kind of in a summer mood. I'm excited for Eternals because I don't think it's going to be too serious. I think it's going to be a good blend and mix of, there's going to be some comedic moments. Brian Tyree Henry, he's one of my favorite actors. He's going to be in it and he's hilarious. So I'm hoping that there's at least a good balance between comedy and seriousness. We'll see. But
It does have Kumail too.
I love Kumail. He's fantastic. Yeah, so I am excited for Spider-Man as well. I mean, there's a lot of speculation about that movie and whether or not Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield are going to be in it. I think they are, but we'll see. I don't know. There's like a lot of hype. There's a lot of hype surrounding it.
We'll see what happens.
Did you watch Venom, Let There Be Carnage?
I have not.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll watch it this year.
Okay, that's fair.
If I watch it this year, most likely it'll be towards the end of the year in December. But it's not a priority.
Okay.
Is it good?
Well, it was okay. I thought overall it was entertaining. It was fun, but there is something.
Okay, because I was about to say, I enjoyed Venom a lot more than I was expecting. And I'm talking about Venom where Riz Ahmed was the villain.
Yeah,
the very first one.
Yeah.
I was surprised by how much I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, I think you would enjoy this one too. There are some things I want to say about it, but I don't want to spoil them here. And there's also something huge with the movie that you might see something in Spider-Man.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say because
all right,
I feel like
I'm
you
looking
should
forward
watch.
to it.
I think you should watch it soon. Like I think it'll be
Okay.
on demand like in December or something. So you might have a chance to watch it like on I don't know, HBO Max or something. I don't know, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah, just be prepared. It's great. It's entertaining at least. I think that.
Oh, and then real quick, let me just say that we've discussed this, I think, a few months ago, but The Eternals is getting so much more press and advertisement than Shang-Chi.
Yeah, and
I'm still very bitter about that, but it's I'm very happy that Shang-Chi totally kicked ass.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy for that movie, and I'm so happy for all of the actors and actresses, and none for Marvel. Okay, that's all.
I want to watch that movie like 10 times on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I can easily watch that movie another 4 times.
Yeah. So looking
I'm
for.
pro- I'm most likely going to buy it too on
Hey.
Blu-ray. I really like that movie a lot. It's one of my favorite Marvel origin movies that I've ever seen.
Same. Yeah. It's and just really good representation of Asian faces in cinema, I think, as well. Um.
Yes.
On top of that, Kevin Feige did say that he believes Eternals is going to be an Oscar-winning movie. So I don't know. I haven't heard any comments about him about Shang-Chi. I know he said really good things about it, but obviously he doesn't seem to have the same thought process and what's it called, like Oscar-ness about Shang-Chi, which is fine, but I just wish that he has said more things about Shang-Chi that made me pay more attention to him, because when he said like, oh yeah, could probably win an Oscar, I'm like, whoa, like that's huge, that's, you don't say that about every Marvel movie, obviously, and Marvel movies are pretty good. They have a pretty good track record. So I don't know. I just wish that, to your point earlier, that there was more attention given to Shang-Chi, and it feels like maybe Kevin didn't give enough love publicly to it. I'm sure maybe privately he like super loves the movie and the cast, obviously. But like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it overall. I don't know.
I think Kevin Feige is, for whatever reason, super biased and doesn't give a fuck. and I know that movie has a director, her name's Chloe Zhao, who was the director Oscar winner of the 2021 movie Nomadland. So Kevin Feige is totally kissing her ass right now.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's going to be a fine movie. Like, I've seen Nomadland and it's fine. It's totally fine. Was it my favorite movie this year of everything that's nominated? Of course not. But nothing I ever like wins, except for Parasite. So I'm fully expecting that. I'm fully expecting disappointment, of course. But I'm sure Eternals is gonna be fine. But anyways, moral of the story: Kevin Feige's kissing Chloe's ass. So
yeah, and
there you have it.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. But
yes,
I do want to say I like her filmmaking style though, because she does use natural light, and a lot of things are practical. So I think that's cool.
Yes, I did like the movie. I liked Nomadland. I wanted Minari to win, but I did like Nomadland.
Yeah, did I tell you that I watched Minari on the plane recently and I loved it?
That was your wait, wait, was that your first time?
Yes.
Watching? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Jeremy, that's not a plane movie.
That was the only place I could watch it. I know. I couldn't watch it at home.
OMG.
I know.
But you liked it?
I loved it so much.
At least?
Yeah,
okay.
I know. It was amazing.
Oh my gosh, wow, okay.
If I could watch it at home, I totally would, but I couldn't find a way to watch
it
it at the time that it came out, because I was waiting for so long for it to come out on some platform, but it didn't come out on anything that I had, so I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm just going to wait, and then I was like, oh, hey, what's on the plane? Minari.
Yeah.
No, but I agree, like, it should not be watched on a plane, but the only place I can only rent it from like FlixFling, and I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what that is at all.
But I mean, okay, I watched it. The bottom line is I watched it. I loved it. I thought it should deserve more recognition. I thought that what's his face should have gotten the Oscar for best lead actor.
They ain't ready for that yet, Jeremy.
Damn, I know, that makes me sad. I could talk for hours about this, Hollywood and representation, not just Asians, but just everybody. But that's another thing. Maybe we'll do a side quest about it if enough people are interested. All right, what are you playing? What's going on?
Okay, let's talk real quick. I did something I feel like you would find surprising.
Okay.
I pre-ordered Pokemon Arceus.
That is surprising. Wow.
Yes, it was a very shocking move on my part. I mean, obviously I could just cancel it and it doesn't matter in the end, but for some reason one day I woke up and I felt very compelled to play it. And
Huh.
I do like the Diamond and Pearl region, which I think is Sinnoh.
Yeah.
I like that those games. That was the last one I played. And that was also the last Pokemon TV show that I watched too.
Okay.
And so,
okay.
yeah, I enjoyed that. And I was going to pre-order Brilliant Diamond. That was the one I was going to pre-order because that was the one that I owned. Or is it Shining Diamond? Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy, what is it?
Hmm.
Which one was it?
I don't know.
That's okay. That's okay. Moral of the story, moral of the story is I am now going to play Arceus in January. I'm playing The Sims 4 because I just got the expansion pack City Living. It was on sale, and I'm very much enjoying it because I'm living in an apartment, and it's tons of fun. So, the way that I play The Sims is I start off with one single character, and I play it out in a lineage. So there's kind of two main ways to play The Sims. You either just play as one or two characters the whole time, and you keep consuming youth potions so that they stay in the adult stage the whole time, and you max all of their skills out. Or you play as a lineage, where they just continue to have kids, and you have generations, and with each new kid or generation, you do a skill that you didn't do with the previous character. I'm currently on my 4th gen with my Sim family, and I moved the son into the city, and he is a painter, and he also is a very huge on karaoke, and I'm gonna make him into a singer one day.
Hell yeah, he loves karaoke.
Hell yeah! So that's where I'm at right now in The Sims 4. And then I'm playing Lost Judgment.
Nice.
But do you have any games that you're playing aside from Lost Judgment that we should talk about before we talk about Lost Judgment?
Yeah. So, I've been playing Dying Light, which is like an open world parkour zombie game. It's cool. It's fun. It came out in 2015, so it's a little bit older, but it was on sale a few weekends ago for like $15, and this is like everything. There's like 100 DLC packs. Not actually, but like there's a lot. But the entire thing was $15, and I was like, you know what? All right. So my friends and I, we bought it. We started playing it. It's been fun. And then recently, Back 4 Blood got released. For those that don't know, Back 4 Blood is developed by Turtle Rock Studios, the original team behind Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. So Back 4 Blood it's spelled back and then the number 4 blood. It is a zombie survival game in the vein of Left 4 Dead, where you play as one of 4 cleaners. They're not called survivors, they're called cleaners, and you're basically trying to get humanity back from this zombie virus that came from outer space. So they're basically alien zombies, which is kind of cool.
Yes.
And it started in Quebec. So the Canadians were the ones that got the zombie virus first. So there's a whole joke in the game. It's like, blame Canada or like Quebec. Or like, how could you?
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So yeah, the game has been fun. It's been a lot of fun playing with friends. There's like, instead of every single character being essentially the same, now they have basically like perk cards where you have a card that you can build a deck, and then every every level you finish in an act, because there's like 4 acts altogether, and there's like 5 or 6 levels within each act, except for the 4th one, which is the finale. After you finished every level, you can like add a card to your deck that's in play. So you build a deck of cards of random things like reload faster, make items heal you better, et cetera. Like every time you stab somebody, you get health. So you build a deck with a bunch of these cards, and then at the beginning of the match, the game will select the first 2 cards at the top of your deck that you assigned as the ones that you automatically start with, and then it'll give you the option to draw 3 cards. It'll show you any card randomly from your deck, and you have to pull those 3 out. and then you put them in play in the field, and when they're in play, your character can do those actions. So like you start off with a combat knife, you have more ammo, etc. And so that's what makes the game different than Left 4 Dead. Of course,
Yeah.
there's things like where you can progress through the levels, and like it'll always be different every time, which is kind of cool. So the developers have definitely learned a lot from Left 4 Dead. Is it Left 4 Dead? Absolutely not. I still feel like Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2 are pretty not perfect games, but like they're pretty, like they've been around for a long time. You know, it's been more than like what 10 years now, and yeah, they're still pretty fun games to play. The modding community is so huge in them, and it doesn't feel like Left 4 Dead. It feels like its own thing, which is good because you don't want it to, feel like something that you've already made. So, it's distributed by Warner Brothers Games, developed by Turtle Rock, and it's fun. It's really fun. I really enjoy it. It does take me back to the time that I did play Left 4 Dead, but I'll continue to play it with my friends, and we're gonna get through and play in the harder difficulties because honestly, the multiplayer campaign is pretty short. Even though it's only 4 acts, every act is like what you can get through the entire game in like probably 8 hours if you wanted to. There's of course multiplayer modes and versus modes and a bunch of other stuff, and they have plans to update things in the future, add more content, yada yada. But yeah, it's been a great time so far. I've really enjoyed it. I can't wait to play more. I think some of my buddies are a little bit more excited about it than I am, but I think that I'm still having a great time playing it.
Yeah, and appropriate for the season.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm trying to play a lot more scary games, spooky games.
Yes.
Obviously, I love Halloween. I think Halloween is great. It's one of my favorite seasons. And
Me too.
Yeah, just for a lot of reasons, pumpkin stuff, the horror aspect, spooky stuff, candy, can't go wrong with candy. So aside from that, Far Cry 6 came out. I actually got that game for free because I bought a laptop and it came with a free code, and the game didn't release until like 5 months or like 7 months after I got the laptop. So
okay.
Yeah, I got the code, I got the game. I haven't played it yet. I've only played the benchmark to test it on my computer, which has worked out quite well. But in turn, on top of that, I've been playing Far Cry 3 because it was free on Ubisoft Connect, which is basically Ubisoft's version of Steam. And I'm not really like it that much, but I mean, free is free, right? I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the first one and second Far Cry games. I think they were pretty fun. The second one had a weird thing where you had to take malaria pills because you had malaria, and that was really annoying. But the third one takes place on a tropical island somewhere in the South Pacific, and of course, there's like bad guys you have to kill, which is fun. It's always a great time because the villain is like probably the central character in all of the Far Cry games. The newest one, Far Cry 6, features Giancarlo Esposito. If anyone's seen Mandalorian season 2.
He's even on the cover.
He is, yes.
I saw him on the cover and I was very excited. And also just watched a few of the trailers that he was in.
And he's been doing some live action stuff for like promoting the game, and it's been really fun seeing him, in his costume as his character, which is kind of cool. And he's just a great actor overall, and he seems like a really nice person too in real life, which I appreciate because there's a lot of actors who are not so nice.
I know. So I watched this Korean variety show called a little bit of a tangent. It's called 2 Days and One Night, and it pretty much means that you spend 2 days, 1 night somewhere, and it involves camping normally. So that's the Korean variety that I saw. I just found out that one of my favorite cast members of that show, is being canceled right now.
No,
because it got revealed that he forced his girlfriend to have an abortion.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm just like, oh, Jesus, why can't y'all just be normal? why do y'all always have to be so sketch?
Right? Why are you
Like, can't you just be a normal celebrity for once? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he's like in his private life, but at least in interviews, he seems like a nice person.
Yes.
And that's all we could ask for,
Yes.
But yeah, so I've been playing Back 4 Blood, Dying Light, Far Cry 3. My dad was like, why are you playing Far Cry 3? You have Far Cry 6, because he saw me running the benchmark for 6. And he's like super into games and computers too. And I was like, he's like, why are you playing a game 3 iterations behind? I'm like, well, it was free and I don't want to play it yet. I got other things to play. He's like, oh, okay. Because I always tell him about buying games in Steam sales and never playing them. And he's like, oh, you got to stop doing that. And I'm like, I know, it's terrible. Okay. Speaking of Korean stuff, random tangent. I just remembered. My coworkers and my friends have always been like, this whole past week I was on a break. They were like, you should watch Squid Game, or they kept talking about Squid Game this, Squid Game that. My brother's like, I'm halfway through Squid Game. My parents are like, we finished Squid Game. I'm like, what Squid Game? What is this? And so they're like, oh, it's like Battle Royale, but different. And I was like, all right, I'll check it out, I guess. And like my coworker's like, I just finished Squid Game and I don't know how to feel about that. And I was like, okay. So I watched all of it in like 2 days.
Very nice.
Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, I saw it the first day.
Nice. Okay.
So I have to say this, but I've been watching K-dramas for a very long time.
Yeah, for sure.
So I knew, once again, all of a sudden K-dramas and anime are being popular and shit.
Mm-hmm.
We've been there from the beginning before it was cool, y'all.
Yep.
Before y'all thought it was so cool, you made fun of us. You ridiculed us in high school.
Yep.
And look where we are now.
Yep.
It's the hot new content. And all I have to say is, I told you so. I told you so. I've been telling y'all so from the beginning, but you didn't listen. We didn't listen. Yeah, obviously you didn't listen. So
yeah.
Now it's like we made it, but also I told you so. Anyways. But yes, the point is I've seen Squid Game.
Oh,
the very first day.
No, for sure. Yeah, thank you for going on that tangent, because I feel the same way in that I watched an interview with Megan Thee Stallion on Hot Ones, and she talked about how she loves anime. I'm like, damn, rappers, actors, actresses, everybody, they all watch anime now. And when I was in middle school, I was introduced to Naruto, and I loved it. I still love Naruto to this day, but I got made fun of for liking Naruto. Guess what's popular now? Naruto. Everybody loves Naruto, and I'm like, where were you when I was young? Why are you such a bad influence?
Swear to God.
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah. And then I got into Korean dramas and Japanese dramas, and I was like, oh, I love these. And people are like, why do you watch that Asian stuff? I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah. Bunch of haters.
Yeah.
It's very fascinating. For some reason, a lot of rappers really like Naruto. It's specifically if you talk to a rapper and you ask what their favorite anime is, 95% of them will say Naruto, specifically Naruto.
Yeah, I wonder why.
And and I've only seen Naruto. I didn't see Shippuden.
Me too.
So I don't know if anything I don't know the extent of where we are now in Naruto that is capturing the rapper audience, I guess. So
right.
I just find that so fascinating.
I know, right? And it's not a new show, because Dragon Ball Z's older, and a lot of people have been watching that for a longer period of time. So I'm like, why isn't Dragon Ball picking up steam? Why isn't One Piece picking up steam? Because One Piece has been around for a while too. And
exactly.
I'm just like, what is? I'm wondering that too. I never watched Shippuden. I as well. I know there are people who live and die by it. I know Boruto is the new series, which is about Naruto's son, and a lot of people like that as well.
I have heard that Shippuden is the best one. Is the general consensus of people. I haven't seen it yet. Maybe I will. Same. But yes.
But the point we're making is, Anime's cool now. Y'all can suck it that were haters back then that made fun of us for liking that stuff
Yes.
because we still love it. We still like it.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. We're
like-
still here. I'm still here.
Right? And we knew back then that Asian media was going to be huge, and look where it
Hell
is now.
yeah. Exactly.
I mean, I hate to pull the hipster card to be, the gatekeeper, but I mean, if it's personal, like that shit's personal to me because I really got made fun of that shit back in the day. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Back then I was like, why are you guys being haters? Why are you being pieces of shit? So
exactly.
Yeah.
So
I had to say something because some people just, anyways.
Suck it. Okay. Yep. But anyway, Squid Game's good. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you liked it.
Yes.
I liked it as well. We're not going to talk spoilers for obvious reasons, but
we really could talk spoilers after we talk about Lost Judgment because we don't have any questions today. Oh shit, no, but okay, we got to talk about Lost Judgment.
And then there's news. I want to talk about Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
Yes. Yes. I listed all the stuff that came out of that. I want to talk about the new Smash character, and I want to talk about a new character in Apex. But those are the only news things I have. Lost Judgment. Let's go into that.
Okay, I am currently on chapter 7. I know we're not on the same chapter. Sure. I'm currently on chapter 7, and I think at this point, I am midway to finishing the game.
Okay,
but
14 chapters.
That being. How many chapters are there?
Are there 14? I'm just speculating.
I don't know. I sometimes I go into these Yakuza games and I purposefully don't look up how many chapters there are.
Same.
But historically, there have been 12 to 13 chapters in a Yakuza game, except for Yakuza 0, which I think straight up freaking had 18 chapters or something. But I think I'm very close to reaching the halfway point, or I am at the halfway point because chapter 7... a lot of shit's going down. It's fantastic. I am having a fabulous time. But let's talk about real quick about the Robotics Club because I'm so frustrated with the Robotics Club.
I have no idea what that
school
is.
story right now.
Don't know.
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Anyways,
I can't
not
relate.
going to talk about this then. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm only on chapter 4.
Okay. Moral of the story is that I have very well am very frustrated because I'm not clicking with the robotics team school story.
Okay.
I'm just not getting it. The skateboarding sub-story, the skateboarding club, I think I may have dedicated 5 hours to that one day.
Oh my god. Please let it be like Tony Hawk. That's all I'm going to say.
It's like basically like a low budget Tony Hawk.
Oh hell
but
yeah.
I'm having a fantastic gosh, I finished it. I finished the storyline. So nice. I think I did. Okay. I think I did. So I'm having had a fantastic time with the skateboarding story. And yeah, it felt like the trash game to me from Like a Dragon, where I played the trash game thinking, oh god, what is this? 5 hours later, oh god, did I just finish this? So
yeah,
that's my same sentiment with the skateboarding story. But let me tell you about the dance team, the Serio Rabbits dance team story. I'm getting a little frustrated because I strive for perfection, Jeremy. I strive for perfection on hard level, and I'm not getting it with even just the first song. Let's dance. Like I can't even. I'm not getting perfection, and it's a little frustrating because I'm just trying to perfect it. And
it's tough. It's a tough rhythm game.
It's tough. This is tough. Hard mode is very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, we don't get karaoke. Yeah. This is what we got, and I'm struggling on normal. So I feel you.
Yeah, this is hard.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying my time. The song, because I've unlocked all of the songs at this point. They're bangers. When you get to the breakdancing song, which is called Esmeralda, it's lit. So
can't wait. So where I'm at, I'm on chapter 4, and I forgot what's happening in the main story. I have to go back and play it, which I will soon. Probably this weekend. But I saw Flying Saucer. That's all I want to say.
Yes.
I saw Flying
So,
Saucer, and that was cool.
yes, fantastic.
Yep.
So I think where you're at in the story is now we're having the Yagami Detective Agency and the detectives from Kamurocho. They met up with each other and started comparing details of the story. Yes.
Yeah, we're like my home base is now Yokohama 99, and we're just chilling.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that's where I am. I will tell you more details, probably after this weekend when I play more.
Just some standouts from where you're at this point. When I was there, I was definitely very curious about Sawa. Sawa's the teacher.
Yes.
In this storyline, because you just don't know what she's thinking.
Yeah, she could go in any direction at this point.
She can go in any direction. I don't at that point. I don't know if you're good. I don't know if you're bad. I don't know.
Yeah. Very questionable on everything. So I'm excited to see where this story develops. All right, let's go into some news.
You need to read out. So for anyone who doesn't know, the Animal Crossing Direct came out, and it's lit.
We're gonna do that last because it's a big.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
sorry.
Yeah. The first two. No. The first two are short. No, it's okay.
Yes.
It's okay.
Go for it.
The first one is that Sora from Kingdom Hearts is now in Super Smash Brothers. This is, of course, old news if you're listening to this at the time of this releasing. But our thoughts. So, how do you feel about that?
So the funny thing about Sora being the final Smash Ultimate character is, for some reason, I always thought Sora was a Smash character. So when this got announced, in my headcanon, I assumed they were a character the whole time, and then I found out, oh, really?
Yeah, this is, a character a lot of people speculated would be in the last Smash game. But, with Nintendo being the powerhouse that they are, and with this game having characters from literally every single kind of different game, I know there's an abundance of anime sword fighter boys and girls, but I'm happy that they were able to include Sora, because I also was speculating that this would eventually happen. It was either him or Master Chief or somebody else. Of course, Master Chief probably not, because given the title, Sora made the most sense to me, just character-wise and moveset-wise, weapon-wise. Like, the Keyblade is just, and also Disney, it's Square and Disney and Nintendo. Like, Disney and Nintendo are pretty commonplace when it comes to family-friendly content, and if you wanted to see Sora beat up on Kirby, then you probably could. I think it was very fitting for Sora to be the last character. I think it's cool that there's like a lot of detail put into Sora as far as like his costumes go, and the music. I've always been a fan of the Kingdom Hearts music. I haven't played all the games yet, but I am a huge fan of the music, not just the Disney stuff, but like the original stuff, like Dearly Beloved, but also Hikari, the Otada Hikaru song. So fantastic score. I was listening to like the swing remix of Dearly Beloved. And I was like, wow, I didn't know that was a thing, but it is in...
I didn't know either.
Yeah, I guess in Kingdom Hearts 2, or maybe just for Ultimate, I don't know. But yeah, I think Sora as an addition is long overdue, like you mentioned, but also just makes the most sense. Not a sword fighter, although you could call the Keyblade a sword. I'm not sure what the fans refer to it as. I don't want to misspeak here, but it just makes sense. Just everything about Sora makes sense, and I think he's a welcome addition to the Smash community and the Smash game overall. And the next bit of news I have is that a character from Titanfall is now joining Apex Legends. So Titanfall 2 fans, Ash, the robotic girl, is joining as a legend, a playable character in Apex Legends. And I think it's really cool. The trailer shows a little bit of like footage from Titanfall 2 and also just a little bit of background and lore behind Ash. So for those that don't know, Ash is like a robotic character, and I guess was a scientist at one point. In Titanfall 2, she's a tertiary villain. She's a boss at one point, and you just have to fight her in a battle, and you of course eventually win. So yeah, I'm excited. I think Ash is a welcome addition. I was watching some of the voice actors today on Twitch talk about the new character's inclusion. The voice actress for Ash, she was part of that interview, and she was just talking about how she got into voice acting, and yeah, just her excitement for the franchise moving forward, and how big Apex is, because Apex is like this whole global phenomenon thing. So I'm excited for the future of Apex and the inclusion of Ash. So we'll see what happens.
Yes, that's exciting. I don't play any of those games, but I know who she is.
Oh, cool. Awesome. See, there you go. Even better that you know, like at least are aware. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've seen her in quite a bit of fan art and whatnot.
Cool. Yeah, like it's kind of, she's hard to miss. Like if you saw her, like, oh, I know that character, you know?
Yes.
All right. And the last bit of news that we're here to talk about is Animal Crossing. I know Elisa's excited.
Oh, God.
All right. I have a list. You want me to talk about the stuff?
You better read the list because I was not prepared with the list.
Okay, it's okay. Hey, listen, it's all good. So
okay.
All these updates are coming November 5th. So we're gonna get Brewster, the pigeon who owns the Roost, which is a coffee shop where you can drink different types of coffee and have coffee with your friends. I'm excited because he was first included in Animal Crossing Wild World. I was a huge fan of that one because it was the first one on a mobile console. And you know, it was just cool to chill at a place with, like, you know, some piano and just drink some coffee. It was dope. I love Brewster a lot. I think he's a cool character. And yeah, after that we get Cap'n, with the return of Cap'n and the boat tours. So Cap'n, you can pay Cap'n X amount of money or something, and he'll take you on a boat tour, like to a random island that has either a different season or a different climate or like a different structure. I think that's cool. I think that's exciting. I'm sure there's some Easter egg islands that you could potentially get as well. Groids are back. Those little statue looking things that make noise. Those are back. Those are cool. They were first included in the very first Animal Crossing game on the N64 in Japan, on the GameCube in the United States. Awesome. Harv's Island is getting a makeover. He's getting an open market where now people like Kix and Red and Sahara can come, and
that is one of my favorite updates for sure. That's in top 3 for me.
Same. Yeah, it's the Roost and Harv. Those are the top 2 for now.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect because, like, I don't want to wait for Sahara or Kix to come. I want to go to them, you know? Harriet makes a return. You can get new haircuts, and Cyrus and what's her face, the other pink llama, alpaca.
Oh, I don't remember the alpaca's names.
Yeah, I know Cyrus is the guy. I forget the female, but they're coming back to customize furniture because originally they were just there to take wedding photos, and I got kind of tired of that. So they're coming back to customize furniture. And we're going to get cooking DIYs. I'm looking forward to those. Those are cool.
Yes.
And we're getting some Nook Incorporated island life changes. So you can stretch with your villagers in the plaza. Very Japanese.
Yes.
Very cute. Your storage space will be expanded up to 5,000 items now instead of the max of 2,400. So I can continue being a hoarder. You can make it so your residents will wake up early in the morning, which I think is hilarious.
I think that's pretty awesome because Octavian doesn't wake up till 9 o'clock. So, but I'm kind of a morning Animal Crossing player. So I might just force everyone to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, no, honestly. Sherb sleeps in. I'm like, bro, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, where are you? So it's good for the lazy villagers who don't wake up early.
Yes.
You know?
Or even the lazy villagers are the ones who sleep early too.
Yeah.
It's like wake up later, sleep earlier. Like, come on, Alfonso, what are you doing?
So that's perfect for you, for folks who wake up really early. So that's awesome.
Yes.
I know they're adding like picket fences as well, and they're adding ceiling light, so like chandeliers could possibly be a thing, which is
Yes.
awesome. And
Yes, it's going to be cool.
yeah. And the final thing, you can mention anything after this that I missed, but the final thing was the Happy Home Paradise, where you can customize an entire island, including the placement of buildings, everything inside the houses, of course, and outside the houses. So yeah, the Happy Home Paradise is part of is a paid DLC. It's like $24, but all the stuff I previously mentioned is all part of the last big content push that Nintendo's doing for Animal Crossing. And it's kind of interesting because Animal Crossing has been out for a year and a half now, and it's kind of crazy that they only this is like their last like update. You know, they're not doing any more big updates after that. And it makes me sad because I want to see things where like I can put on multiple clothes and buy multiple clothes at the Able store at once, you know. Stuff like that.
So this is how I interpreted it. I interpreted it as this is the last free content
Ah,
update, and everything moving forward is a DLC.
maybe that is the case, or maybe, you know, Happy Home Paradise is the last content, like the last paid content DLC. I don't know, like maybe they have other plans in the future they're not telling us, because Animal Crossing New
Mm-hmm.
Horizons kind of feels like the last Animal Crossing game, because in the way that Super Smash Bros Ultimate feels like the last Super Smash Bros game. um
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if either of these games are going to be the last in their iterations. I hope not, because I know that there's going to be fans around the world who are going to clamor for these games to have sequels. But with Ultimate, it's kind of like, oh, this is kind of over, because you literally have characters from all these different licenses, and if you make a new game, you kind of have to renew them or get new licenses, and that's tough. With Animal Crossing,
Yeah.
the possibilities are endless, and there's a certain kind of vibe and brand that Nintendo has with Animal Crossing where I feel like they can do more, but it's kind of hard to top themselves because they've done so much. This is honestly the best iteration of Animal Crossing I've ever played, and I've played most of them. And I was even telling a friend who was like, "This is my first Animal Crossing." I'm like, "That's perfect, because this is the best iteration you could ever play, since it is, it's pretty complete. You know, like it's pretty awesome. All the content is great, and there's a lot of quality of life things that are better than previous iterations of Animal Crossing. And there are some things I wish that they brought over from previous versions, but I'm happy that New Horizons looks the way it does and plays the way it does, because it is just so visually stunning and beautiful inside and out. It was there for a lot of people when the pandemic started, myself included, and it was just, yeah, it's still going to continue to be an awesome franchise, and New Horizons isn't done yet. At least I hope not, but it kind of does feel that way for me. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, so please, did I miss anything earlier that I mentioned? And please tell me your thoughts. I was just spewing there. My bad.
I think the only thing that you missed, but also I'm drunk, so I don't know if you actually missed it. So
Yeah.
but farming would be the last thing.
Ah,
So there's just that's just it. There's going to be farming. I don't remember the crops, but there's going to be more things to farm aside from pumpkins. And it's connected to the cooking mechanism being added.
right. So they're
Yes.
basically Harvest Moon. I don't know if anyone knows about that franchise, but it was a farming simulator that had a lot of life simulation elements, kind of
Yes.
like Animal Crossing. And I don't think it was directly inspired by Animal Crossing. I think that it definitely took some cues and did some things differently than Animal Crossing. But now Animal Crossing is doing farming, which is what Harvest Moon does, which is a farming game. So I think it's really cool that Animal Crossing is finally tapping into actual farming, and I think it's going to be exciting for a lot of folks who either were huge Harvest Moon fans and are looking for something new, or for Animal Crossing fans who want to play something that has like more of a life sim aspect to it that's further than
Exactly.
what Animal Crossing already provides. It's cool. It's so awesome.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah.
I always love the farming mechanism of sim games, so I'm looking forward to just doing that and cooking a lot of food, and it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
I know one of the speculated furnitures, I don't know if we actually see it in the trailer because I just don't remember, but I do think there's going to be finally a lot of the amusement park items in Pocket Camp are being added to New Horizons, which
Oh,
I think is
cool.
great. Because there's so many things in Pocket Camp that is not available in New Horizons, which is a travesty. So I think a few of those furniture items and those outdoor items are being added, which I'm excited for. And then I guess the last thing is for Happy Home. You can have a roommate, I believe, or like the vacation home that you build. I think you can have two villagers live in the same one or something. There was something like that. I
They
don't
can be
remember
roommates. Yeah, I remember seeing that too. I don't
Yeah.
remember the details.
Yes. So you best believe that Groucho and Octavian are going to be roommates. It's going to be a fabulous time.
Whether they like it or not.
I'm going to purchase I'm not going to purchase the DLC until next year, but I will purchase it versus using the subscription because I genuinely don't anticipate playing any of the N64 games that is also being attached to the online extra subscription. So I'm just going to go with the DLC, and I'm sure I'm going to be fine.
So you're getting the Happy Home Paradise DLC day one?
Yeah, I'm not going to get it day one, but I will purchase it, and I won't do the subscription version of it.
Yeah, same. I've kind of fallen off Animal Crossing, but I think that this November 5th update will bring me back, and how I feel after that will depend on if I'm going to get the Happy Home Paradise DLC as well.
For sure.
Yeah, I think this is, whether or not this will actually entice me to come back depends on how good everything's going to be, and I'm just excited for the DLC to come out because I've already been preparing because I know you have to spend bells to get all the people on Harv's Island. So I'm like, how much money do I have? Do I have enough money? I do, but it's just like I need to make sure that I have enough for all the people to be there, because this past year, this past August actually was the last time that I was actually devoted to playing it because I wanted to get the cicada shell, and now I have all the bugs, fish, and underwater creatures completed, and I kind of just like fell off after that and was like, okay, I'm done. The completionist in me wanted to finish it.
Yeah, makes total sense.
Yeah. Which is a great aspect of Animal Crossing too, is like you don't have to do all those things, but it's there if you want to.
Yes, you can take your time and play however you want.
It's great.
What's very convenient is over the summer, I remodeled my island. I love my island. I love all the renovations that I did. And I ended up intentionally making some space in certain parts of the island lot just because I was like, I don't know. I just don't know what to do with this, and I feel like it might be useful in the future. Let me just leave some space. Looking forward to a lot of the new items inside the house, and just like messing around with it and having a good time. And I just need to rethink my life because there's quite a few villagers that are being introduced that are pretty cute. So there's going to be an octopus robot.
Oh, yeah. I like that character.
Called Cephalobot. And I'm not going to get it because I have a one animal per limit. But damn, that is a cute robot. All the octopi are amazing.
I should tell my brother. He has most of them. I think he's trying to complete
yes
the set or something.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I totally foresee Nintendo like a year from now having another set of villagers that could come to your island, and it's all paid, just like the Sanrio characters.
Yeah.
So they're gonna do some shit with that, I bet.
Oh god, I don't even. Can you still find those cards? Are those still available somewhere?
You have to do it through Etsy at this point.
Wow, seriously? I'm going to Target.com right now. I'm just gonna see for myself. I need to see with my own eyes. Animal Crossing Sanrio. Right. Oh, it's not even on the website. It's not even on.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Not surprised.
That's okay. Big fail on their part, honestly. Like, how big this game is, Target, and you're limiting it to just there. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Etsy is definitely the way to go.
It's the way to go.
Although
It's
I
the
do
way to
like
go.
some of the shirts they have on the website. There's one of red, and the text above him just says "seems legit." I don't know. Maybe that's just the old humor in me. That's just like, oh, I like this. Nah, I mean honestly, like that's adorable.
I have no regrets with Etoile. She's amazing. She's a Sanrio sheep.
Right. I remember you got it from your coworker because you just wanted that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. She's so adorable. But overall, I am very excited about the Animal Crossing update. I hate using the word lit, but it's going to be lit. And that's how lit it's going to be.
Nice. Well, I'm happy that you're excited.
Yes. Very, very excited. And I'm genuinely very excited about the Happy Home expansion, just because I like vacation simulations. So that's just in my wheelhouse in terms of The Sims and just other things that I've played before. So looking forward to that.
No, I feel you. I wish it was always summer on my island. I'm a huge fan of tropical vibes and summer, and yeah, I just wish that it was always summer so I could just enjoy the summer weather in the game while it's winter here in real life.
Exactly.
Yeah. And if I don't get the DLC, I can always just talk to Captain and hope I get to a summer island.
True. Very true.
Yeah. Cool. We're both excited for the Animal Crossing stuff. Should be fun.
Yes. It's going to be a lot of fun. And that's all I have.
Great. Same. Yeah. No questions this week.
No questions.
If you'd like to send us a question, you can go to our website, www.downtime.live. Click on the contact form. Fill it out. It'll send us an email directly. You can send us an email the old-fashioned way, contact@downtime.live. Again, that's contact@downtime.live. And that will send us an email with your comment or question directly to us. And yeah, we will read it on the podcast.
Yes.
If you would like to leave us a comment or question, you can do so wherever this podcast is hosted that allows comments to be typed. So if you go to Stitcher, Podbean, I think, Podbean definitely, YouTube, you can go there to those sites and leave us a review. You can also go to Apple iTunes, Apple Podcasts, and then you can leave us a review on that podcast, and we'll read it on the podcast. You can also go to Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music, where we are now hosted. You can also tweet at us at Downtime.Live on Twitter, and we'll read your comment or question on the podcast. And if you would like to join our community on Discord, you can either go to our website and click on the community button, or wherever this podcast is hosted that allows links, you can click on the link that will take you directly to our Discord, and you can ask us a question there directly. We're pretty active on the Discord, so you can talk to us directly there. There's a whole thread for asking questions if you'd like to leave one there. We have a small community, but it's our home, we're pretty tight knit. So come through, ask us questions there. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. We like everybody. So
yes.
Yeah. That's it. That's all for me.
That's all for me too.
All right. Everybody, I hope you'll have a great rest of your week. Stay healthy, stay safe.
Yes.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Yep. See you on the next one. Peace.